Hello class, it's Professor Streeter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the slideshow that I had prepared for you today. And I will make some videos. This is the first, walking you through some of those slides. I also want to show you what I've shared for you on the D2L site, in case you haven't been tracking what I've been putting up there. I spent a lot of the day in the hospital with my wife. She's recovering. It's going to be a long process, but she's going to be okay. Ankle injuries are really hard. So we will be meeting next week, and I will certainly communicate with you if we have any other days where I'm not able to meet virtually. But if that happens, like this week, I will make videos for you and share content for the class with you that way. And I'll also be available, during office hours, so you can sign up for Calendly meetings, in a week that, for whatever reason, I can't hold the virtual class. So please take advantage of Calendly and one-on-one meetings with me. Okay, so let me start by looking at the D2L site, and then we'll shift to the beginning of the slideshow in this first video. I'll make myself small on the screen. So as you can see, virtual class was canceled, but in the content module, each week I will share with you the slideshows, the links to the slideshows. You can also find the slideshows so I emailed you this week's slideshow, a Google slideshow, and you can find the link to that in your email. But you can also find it in the weekly content module. So here, for example, if you scroll to the bottom of week 2, I posted all of these videos, one about the homework assignment, one about how to read our books, and then the video about the week 2 Google slideshow is here, as well as the week 2 slideshow itself. So if you click this, it takes you to the week 2 slideshow that I shared with you. Okay, just want to make sure you know where all this content lives. Sorry, scrolling back down to the bottom. These are the YouTube videos, right? So click here. That'll take you directly to the YouTube video of me talking about the week 2 slideshow. Let me leave that behind. Okay, so just so you know where to find all of these things. I mean, I emailed them to you and I put them in the announcements, but they're also here in the weekly content module, right over here. Under so you go content, weekly content, and then week by week. This is week 2. At the very bottom, I sent you videos that I made last semester, arguments against hedonism, and those are a two-part video about the chapter in Schaefer-Landau, in which he talks about arguments against hedonism. That's chapter 2. And then here's the arguments against hedonism slideshow that I just shared with you. Actually, I forgot to put this in here last week, but now you can look at the slideshow that I talk about in that video. Okay. So just trying to be clear about where all of the videos and slideshows can be found. For week 3, which is now, we did not have our class, but here is the Monday feedback topic that you can post by tonight. So I can see what you're thinking about. And then the Tuesday discussion is now due on Thursday, so you can have until Thursday to write about the Wolf essay and the myth of Sisyphus, which I'll talk about in the slideshow. The quiz, you can also find the link to the quiz. That's something to complete before Sunday. There's no homework. Well, this is the homework. The quiz is the homework. It's 15 questions, and they're mostly multiple choice. There's some fill in the blank. You have 2 chances to take it. Most of the questions come out of a reading of Heathwood's Faring Well and Getting What You Want, which was the article you wrote about for last week's homework. There are some questions coming out of Mill's Hedonism and Nozick's Experience Machine. Okay, so there's 15 questions. You have 30 minutes. If you mess it up, you can do it again. So you have 2 tries. Also at the bottom of the week 3, we have a PDF file of Schaefer-Landau's chapters, not chapter 3, but it's just chapter 2 and chapter 4, I think, for those of you who don't have your books. And then a PDF document of Woolf's Happiness and Meaning. Again, that's the essay that you're reading for this week. It's the basis for the week, the Tuesday discussion. So if you don't have your books, you can read at least those two documents for this week. Okay. All right, let me come to the slideshow and just begin by talking about the topic, and then I'll break and we'll do another video kind of working through this slideshow. So let me present the first couple slides for this week. And the topic is still the good life. We're looking at chapters 3 and 4 in Schaefer-Landau's The Fundamentals of Ethics. And then we're going to continue to think about Heathwood's article, Faring Well and Getting What You Want, but shifting to Susan Wolf's article on meaning. The full title is Meaning and, Happiness and Meaning, Two Aspects of the Good Life. And then Brad Hooker's article, The Elements of Well-Being. So that's what we read for this week. Okay. Here's a way to start thinking about the good life from a slightly different perspective with a Greek word, eudaimonia. And we have some plants there. And for the Greeks, eudaimonia is a word that translates literally as having a good demon within, right? So daimon in the middle of that word is demon or a spirit, right? A good spirit or demon. But a good, the word EU, the letters EU mean good. So a good spirit, a good demon inside you, or being blessed with a good spirit. That's the word in ancient Greek. Now, in English translations of Greek philosophy or Greek writings, ancient Greek writings, it's usually rendered or translated as happiness. So this is the word that we get from the Greek language for happiness or welfare, which has been our topic really. It's not a great translation because we tend to, well, happiness is an ambiguous term in English. We tend to think of it as a subjective feeling, an inner state. But so I want to think about this idea of eudaimonia. I'm going to end the video now and we'll come back to this topic, okay?